See, what happened was that they went after you, and then I was hidden behind one of those pylons, and I was able to give you some serious healing on that. But as soon as they see, what happens is that they were watching your health bar. When they saw your health bar start pumping up, they knew that the healer was out. So then they looked around for me, and on that second round, what they actually did was that they had 3 of them going after yourself, and then they had one guy that was hanging back by their stairway, and his job was just to look for me. Because
Okay.
I hid so that the 3 couldn't see me and the 1 couldn't see me, but once they saw your health kind of, going up, then that 4th guy came out of, moved around, saw me, leapt to me, and then as soon as he leapt to me, it's like he must have been able to talk to the other folks because immediately those other 3 broke off and came after me, and it was a 4 versus 1 on me.
Oh, goodness.
That's how I
Is there a
remember it.
fast way I could
Go ahead.
come to where you are when that happens, assuming I'm not defeated?
Don't need to, because with you having 30-meter attacks, you can do it right from where you're at.
You know what was weird the last time? I was pressing my buttons for my abilities, but the abilities weren't always triggering.
Okay. Um,
Is that a Warzone thing
no,
or my
no.
potato computer thing?
Unfortunately, that's one of those things where you gotta watch video and see what your keys are doing, and there's a system message. Like every time I try to do something, like right now, if you try to do an attack, there's a red system message that comes up that says no target. So like when I'm watching a video of what I'm doing, if something's not going on that I think should have been going on, I'll look and see what that system message says. And then either I'm
Okay.
not facing the target, or I'm too far away, or whatever. Or it says not ready yet, as in it's still on cooldown.
Okay. Well, still, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I am
I'm
too.
not sure how the other team members felt.
Yeah, and see, that's what this low level stuff's all about, is that only the biggest a-holes are on a team in low level PvP and start heckling everybody else. And usually when that happens, the other folks, tell them to shut up.
Oh, okay, good.
The best way to come back on, if somebody's heckling somebody else at low level, I usually type in, "Isn't this low level for beginners?" Something like that right there.
Oh, there you go.
Now, other things that happened last couple of rounds, what other things kind of come to your mind when you're thinking about them?
Uh, I I know one thing I was doing wrong is the perspective, and it was partially wrong and partially a PVE habit because PVE, usually the mobs are grouped together or else they come together to go after a target.
Yeah,
And so it's a whole different skill set for me to try and keep an eye out on, in this case, four different opponents, and me having not the least idea what they might do,
right,
except for the
right,
ones that are, of course, actively beating up on me.
right. That's where that focused marker comes into play. And the first round, I didn't get that because, I was doing too many things that my brain couldn't handle and stuff like that. So once we get more comfy, once we show up, we check our missions, we get our zoom right, we pop a stem because we're at 70th level. So once we get into a war zone, we can give ourselves a 70th level stem. Then we want to do our class buff, get our combat channel up, and then we'll talk about strategy and tactics. We just didn't get that far talking about the strategy and tactics.